Alright, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy PXG Cash Howard, the owner of the New York Neo Kings. Welcoming you to the Week 1 recap for the Worldwide Champions League Season 5. This video is a little late. I've been busy with real life stuff, but I don't want to start falling behind with everything. This recap is not going to be crazy like all the other ones in the past, where we're going to be very comical, throw some low blows here and there. This is just going to be a quick rundown of things. You guys have seen the matches. It's on the YouTube channel, all 8 of the matches. Just gonna run through very key things. I mean very key things. That's like probably a sentence worth or two between the matches. The most important thing, obviously, in this video, is to show you guys where the current players stand, who are the current contenders for the top 5 of Pokemon kills, and where any trades and drops have occurred between any of the coaches. So we're just gonna get right on it. Like no point in delaying it. So first match we're gonna talk about is one of the Pancham division matches. This one between the Adelaide Absols and the New York Neo Kings. The Adelaide Absols coached by Kurt, a returning coach. The New York Neo Kings not coached by yours truly. I gave the wheels to my good friend Ryan, who is a returning coach from the first ever season of the Worldwide Champions. This is before we even had a name. So he's returning from that point. Took over. He's taken over. At the time of recording, I thought this was the quickest match that we had for the week, as Kurt was able to get a clean 5-0 in, I believe, 13 turns. Ryan was able, I think, to kill just one. I think was the Infernate. Mega Mawile came in and just went ham. This is the first season that we're allowing Mega Mawile to be picked up by a coach, and Kurt just kind of went with it. He got himself a nice 5-0 to start off the league. Kurt kind of lucky that's not me, because he would have got 4-0 as the usual. So moving on, next match we got for you is a T-Tar division match, which was between the El Paso Entes, coached by Blaze, taking on the Las Vegas Lionoons, coached by MMS. MMS being a new coach this season. This was actually a very fun match when I was recording. You guys probably heard it in my voice as I was recording this match. There was a lot of creative sets. These two are actually show like what the point of a kind of league is. Not some things we're kind of standard, but some kind of like out like a Victor Bell being picked up, which is I think the first ever here in the league. Like not even the mad scientist himself, Napalm, has picked up Victor Bell, and this Victor Bell also killed Megalobunny, so that does say a lot. This was like I said, a really good match. It was actually really close, I think, out of all the matches too, as this is the only match where it was a 1-0 win for MMS, starting off his debut in the WWCL with a win. So next matchup we got is the second of the Pancham division matches. We got the New York Galurks versus the False Furfro. The New York Galurks coached by Noah, and the False Furfro coached by Napalm, both returning coaches. So it was kind of funny. I just said that Napalm didn't pick up Victor Bell. I don't remember what the order of the matches when they were done. I don't know if Napalm saw that Victor Bell and said, "Hey, I want to run a plant thing." So he brought his Carnivine. Unfortunately, his Carnivine didn't do as amazing as Victor Bell, because that killed the Megalopunny. I don't remember if Carnivine even got a kill. I know it did its job as grass type and was annoying hazard stacker with Leech Seed and whatnot. But Noah did pick up the win. It was a 4-0 win. I do know that the poke at the end that Noah kept using was his Primate. I know it was probably Scarf because it was outspeeding everything. Was able to essentially one hit KO T-Tar. Was able, I think, to 2-shot Mega Charizard X. but I do believe Charizard had taken damage before the last hit, but was able to just go in and just clean house. 4-0 win for Noah. The next match I got for you is the second of the Tyrannodon division matches, which is the Philadelphia Scythers versus the Rochester Rhydons. This match almost didn't happen at first. The coaches weren't able to schedule time to battle. Just had a day picked out, which was for Sunday. As you guys know, or actually you guys don't know, all of our matches are due by 12 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight on, 12 a.m. I mean, midnight on Sundays. So the coaches had a day picked out, which was Sunday. There was never a time selected. So when Bobby did finally show up, as you guys know, Bobby, the coach of the Philadelphia Scythers, he was about to give Pum, the coach of the Rochester Rhydons, a free win, but had a change of thought, built something really quickly on the spot, and decided to fight him. The match was actually pretty close at first. Bobby did make one misplay with Decidueye, and Pum's Salamence was able to take advantage and Moxie his way through to get a win. That was, I believe, a 3-0 win for the Rochester Rhydons. So with that set, that covers all the Pancham division matches and all the Tyrannodon division matches. So next up we got an Alolan Raichu division match between the Hardhead Jangma O's, coached by Wepa, a new coach here in the league, the second of the two new coaches, taking on Silver, the coach of the Floridian Typhlosions. This is one of those matches where a lot of people had picked already like a clear set winner. As always, you can't really predict what happens here in the Worldwide Champions League, as Wepa was able to get a 4-0 win on Silver. Mind you, I, both sick and not sick, have not been able to be Silver. Wepa brought up interesting sets, probably trying to give Napalm a run for his money. Bringing out the Z move Crobat, which I believe I said it was Dark Pulse, probably Dark Pulse. But really what it was his Feraligatr towards the end. Set up the Dragon Dance and was able to plow through Silver's team at the end. I think Silver had 3 Mons by the time Feraligatr came out. Feraligatr was able to one-shot, I believe, all the pokes but one. Actually, no. One was faster, wasn't able to get the kill, but then he was able to plow through the rest of the league, giving Wepa a 4-0 win. Moving on, we got the Waterville Weaviles versus the Plymouth Porygon Z, a Porygon Z division match. This is the second match that happened on Showdown. I forgot to mention the Pum and Bobby match also happened on Showdown due to connection issues with the DS. As you guys know, Sun and Moon has been known for a lot of these disconnects randomly as opposed to the past games. This match is actually the shortest match this season as of now, as Kurt and Ryan was 13. I believe this match was 12. It's still not the shortest. I didn't remember saying that one of the matches before was the shortest match. The shortest match record is still held by Lindo from Season 4 in 9 turns, winning with a Zapdos who got an Ancient Power boost. Going on with this match, the Waterville Weavile and the Plymouth Porygon Z. This is essentially the only thing I can think of is kind of Connor really prepped as opposed to Nate, as one of Connor's pokes, and I think I said it in the battle video itself, one of Connor's pokes could essentially knock out almost all of Nate's team, and that was the Mega Gallade. But in the end, it was still a 3-0 win for Connor. Nate was able to put in some fight, but still the match ended, as I said, in 12 turns. Moving on, we got the last of the Porygon Z division match, the Miami Manaphy's versus the Wilmington Crobats. This is Matt, the coach of the Miami Manaphy's, and Shane, the coach of the Wilmington Crobats. This match was kind of interesting for numerous reasons. I remember watching after recording, I believe for every one poke that Matt killed, Shane killed two in return, or vice versa. But this was a really uphill battle for Matt. Shane was able to pick up the 3-0 win. We did, and I think I even mentioned it in the video, Matt did not Mega Evolve turn 1 when Venusaur came out on the field. So that was also a thing that we, the higher-ups, were actually figuring out what to do about. But the end result was that Matt wouldn't get a strike because it didn't change much of the matchup. So we're running with that. But he probably saw at that time, he's probably like, oh shit. But everyone, all the coaches here know that they're not going to let that happen, because you wouldn't like it if you would have won and then get the match overturned just for that. So that leads us with the last match, which is the Alolan Raichu Division match between the Chesterfield Victinis, coached by Brody, and the London Lux Race, coached by Liam. This was really a standard match. I don't think there was anything that I can remember at the top of my head that kind of like made it like this cost the win for one. I was almost under the impression that Liam was gonna sweep with Magirna, but Brody had other plans when Darmanitan killed it after the +1 due to Soul Heart. But it was a 3-0 win for the London Lux Rays. So with that essentially clears our entire all 8 matches. So what we're looking at right now, here's the standings. It's funny, it says week 6. When you guys know it's supposed to be week 1. Kurt is currently in first place. Yes, you didn't hear me. There was no pause. No, Kurt is in first place with a 5-0 with a 5 differential because of 5-0 that he got. Wepa's in second place with a differential 4. Noah in third with a differential 4. Pum, Liam, Connor, and Shane all tied with differentials of 3, and MMS with a differential 1. And then inverted, Blaze with a -1, Matt with a negative, Bobby, Brody, Nate with -3s, Silver, Napalm with -4, and Ryan with -5. But remember, as opposed to the standard league format, which would have indicated, as you guys see on the left, where the top 8 were going to make it to playoffs, remember that only the top player in each individual division will actually move on to playoffs. So in this scenario, I believe that puts it'd be Kurt, Wepa, Pum, and I want to say Connor, because I think Wepa's in the same division as Liam. So yeah, that would put those 4 current coaches at the moment to make it. But it's only week 1, and I'm not Liam, and I'm not gonna make predictions on who's gonna make it and who's not, because things have been debunked in the past. So the current standings, as you guys can probably imagine, Mega Mawile, the 5-0, nothing really to be said with that. So Salaman's getting a 5-0, as Salaman's essentially was the one that picked up almost all the kills for Pum in his match. Even though I believe the last 3 were consecutively, and the other 2 were picked up during the middle of the match. Mega Gallet, as I said, could have essentially knocked out all of Nate's team. I'm not surprised it is 4-1. Is the only poke with a def on the top 5, and then MMS and Noah with 3-0s for the respective pokes in Mega Houndoom and Primeape. Now, we already have drops already. Some coaches doing multiples. So let's go right through it. The Neo Galurks are dropping their Regirock, and they're picking up Archeops. I'm not sure if it's a speed thing, because as you guys know, Archeops is pretty fast compared to Regirock. I don't know if he didn't like the way Regirock did in his first appearance, but every coach has a reason for their drops. I know we'll be seeing more of Archeops in the coming weeks. And also Sharpedo is getting dropped for Tentacruel. This one I can probably imagine is just the lack of a fast spinner, maybe. Sharpedo also appeared for week 1 and getting dropped by the New York Alerts. The Chesterfield Victinis are going to drop Hitmonchan, and in its place, Raichu's getting picked up. It was kind of funny that Raichu wasn't drafted in the first place, as Raichu was Season 3's top killer. Kind of shocked that it wasn't picked up even by Liam, who's the one that got the score. But certain teams called for certain things, but I'm guessing Brody does need an electric type, or a better one, because he's going to drop Emolga and pick up Lantern, so he's getting a pure electric type, and he's dropping his electric flying for water electric, and a Lantern having 2 good abilities in Volt Absorb and Water Absorb can get people guessing as to what they want to hit this thing with. And the last of the drops is going to be from the Floridian Typhlosions. They're going to be dropping their Braviary and picking up Swellow. Which is interesting. Swellow, I remember, was picked up last season. And Swellow, I don't remember being utilized well or doing much at all. So let's see what Silver's going to be doing with it. It's surprising that he's dropping Braviary, but I'm guessing he has some heat planned for Swellow. I can always count on Silver to bring in some interesting sets. You know, Eyeball, OK Hand Symbol, Silver. You know the love. So with that, as I said, this recap was not going to be long at all. Hopefully, with the next coming weeks, we will be having guests. Maybe I'll have Silver, as me and Silver usually light things up pretty easily. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys tune in for some week 2 matches, which will be going up pretty soon, to show how some of these coaches are doing. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it here in the Worldwide Champions League. Like and subscribe to keep watching more battle videos. Do go live. Until next time, this is your boy, PXG Cash Howard, the owner of the New York Nido Kings, signing off.